I think that was the first time we saw Rachel Feinstein open for him. She was just in yesterday.
Yeah,
or 2
she's
days
the
ago.
best.
Her and Jessica Kirkson. It was.
I lived with Rachel for a minute.
It was wild.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, we during one summer, Amy Schumer was like, I'm filming a movie. Do you guys want to just stay? I was moving anyway. She knew I was moving, so she was like, Rachel was just staying in her massive home, and she was like, do you want to just stay in my home? So I was just living with Rachel for like
you were living with Rachel in Amy Schumer's home?
I was like, this is the show right here.
Yeah.
It's like Entourage, but we're like failures, and Vinny Chase is just never in the show. That's the show.
How long did you do that?
It ended up being like a couple months.
Holy
but
shit.
Yeah, Rachel and I, like, I would just, Amy had a huge bar in her home, so we would just be getting like day drunk. And I remember like, Rachel would be like, you know, she was going through a breakup at the time. And I remember I'd like call her into the kitchen. I'd be like, Rachel, I need to talk to you. It's really important. And she'd be like, I know it's not important. I'd be like, it's an emergency. And then she'd come in. I'd be like, let's get drunk. And we would just get like day drunk. It was one of the most fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really. I'd gladly take that right now.
No, she was the best, man. No, we had a great.
This is in
time.
LA, I'm assuming?
No, it was in New York.
Oh, New York.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
had like a bomb-ass spot in New York?
It was great.
Wow.
It was actually, you know where it was? Have you seen Only Murders in the Building?
Yes.
On
Yeah.
Hulu? It was that building.
Wow.
no shit.
Literally, or you mean like a place like that? Or it's literally
No,
that building?
it was. I think it's where they shot it.
Yeah,
it looks like
yeah.
at least where the entrance is.
That place is fucking sick.
Yeah. It was. That show is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I kind
That's
of
a good
fallen
time.
off it, but it is good. I'm gonna finish it at some
Every
point.
show drags a little now.
It does.
But it's still great. It's Martin
Every
Short.
show
is
is
like-
Six
it's actually just
episodes,
an
bro.
8-hour movie.
Everything
It's
used
like,
to
well, in
be
the middle, this movie's boring.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, they don't make 8-hour movies. They make them 2 for a
but
fucking
it's it's like a 10-episode deal, so they have to do. I'm like, this would be a perfect 8.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
And
Everything.
usually a 10 usually should be an 8, and an 8 should usually be a 6.
Yeah.
And then honestly, everything should be a
That's what I say in
4.
Cincinnati too.
Where you said you've been like complaining, not complaining, but you said you've been on the road and like good days are good or good trips are good. Where do you stay now? Like I feel like you're in nice hotels now.
Well,
right?
it depends. I mean, we did a gig. I was with my buddy Gary Veter, who's like one of my best friends, and we'll do the road together. I've known Gary for like 15 years. Like I met him at an open mic on 34th Street at a place called Maui Taco, and Gary had great jokes out of as a young comic because he was just a pure joke, right? Like he has jokes where it's like he had a joke right when Caitlyn Jenner was transitioning, and he said, "Had you heard about Caitlyn Jenner's transition?" He goes, "Oh, I'm only on season 2." Like Kardashian jokes like that. These are great, quick one-liners. Yeah. You know, where he'd be like, or he have jokes like, you know, how his wife told him she doesn't think Tom Brady's attractive. And he goes, she thinks she can't find the beauty in Tom Brady, but she could find the beauty in me. And that's when I knew she's not to be trusted. You know? Just great one-liners. So, you know, he's up there and he's bombing. No one's listening at the mic. And I'm noticing, I'm like, these are good jokes, but you're so jaded from doing the mic, so you're just kind of like tired and you have nothing. And it's on us for not being more supportive. You should always be supportive of those things. But I was just kind of spacing out, and I was like writing my notes down. And Gary looks at me. I was like 20 or something, maybe 19. Gary's like, "Look at this asshole, not even paying attention." And everyone's like, "What the?" Like, I was like, "Sorry, shit." The next night, I ran a show with another comic, and the other comic, I ran it with Book Gary. So he just goes, "Hey, sorry about that." I was like, "Oh, like I get it.
Right.
We're doing the mics." And Gary and I are in St. Louis, and first night, like the hotel, like I usually do buyouts now where they just give you money for the hotel and but like, you know.
Wait, what does that mean?
That means they just give you money and you book your own hotel.
Oh, got it.
But then
Yeah,
sometimes they're like, here's a hotel that it's really, trust us, it's really good. There's like a severed head behind the bed.
Yeah.
But no, you get in there and it looked really nice from the outside.
Yeah.
And some of these hotels, like I'd stayed in before the pandemic, and they've gotten way worse. Like the hotel staff is phoning it in. That's the thing, is it's understaffed.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So we get into this hotel, and Gary immediately is like, first off, I'm like, I remember staying in a way nicer room last time I was here. So I called the front desk. I'm like, is there like a bigger, like a nicer, like a
Suite
like,
or something?
Yeah, we'll work on it. So I move, and I'm like, it's still pretty shitty. And then Gary calls me. He's like, there's pubes on my bed.
I was gonna say, I do remember that. Didn't he have his like phone out? Like
He was inspecting it.
Yes, I saw that.
like
on
the way
Instagram.
the nurse used to look for lice. He was
Yeah.
looking for pubes in his hotel bed.
Yeah.
And
Gross.
he called the front desk, and he was like, hey, can I get a better room? And the guy's like, maybe. He just said maybe, which is such a great response. He goes, there's pubes in my bed. He goes, well, I hope this one's not. He couldn't even like guarantee it. And it's like, that's kind of the state of the country right
Right.
So
Right.
then Gary's in the next room, and he's like, this one's kind of sucks too. And I was like, yeah. I was like, we should just get a different hotel. So we moved to everything goes wrong this weekend. Like the first night we're in the club, and we're tired from changing the rooms and stuff. So then we changed hotels too. So I closed the door, and Gary's on stage for the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. It's a sliding door. The door is just locked. It won't unlock. So I'm just like, can you can someone unlock this? And no one's there. So I look through my itinerary. I start texting the club manager. I'm like, can you guys get me out
of
here?
the bathroom?
And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So they come and they're like, it won't open. And I'm like, well, he's calling my name. I gotta get out there. So Gary's literally going, Sam Morril. And they're like, what the hell? And I'm like, well, what do we do? And I was like, can I kick the door in? Do you care if I kick the door in?
Did you do it?
I did it.
Yeah.
I thought it was
kicks.
Well, it was one kick, but
Did you do like straight on?
Yeah. I did like 80s cop, like what the fuck up? Like I did that, but it wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. Like I just kicked it once, and it's a sliding door, so the lock just fell off. The door fell off. The door handle.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like I kicked the door down.
You just kicked the
I
handle
kicked
out.
the handle up, and then the guy just slid it
Yeah.
over. This is kind of a bummer, you know. And then I went out there, and then the next night I get fucking food poisoning. It's my fault. I ordered rainbow trout at a restaurant in St. Louis. St. Louis, as we all know, is known for their seafood.
Zero sympathy for you, bro.
No, I know. I deserve
Zero.
it. So I thought I was gonna shit my pants in the Uber to the club. So I'm in the Uber to the club, and the driver like he's like kind of swerving and stopping. So I'm like, oh, and Gary sees me like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, I might not make it to the club. And he's like, you're gonna shit yourself? And I was like, I might, dude. It's like a low point. And then the driver.
That's the shit yourself feeling when it's not like I have to go to the bathroom. Like I'm going to shit.
You know you're like 20, 30 minutes away from
I'm
the
too old for
destination.
this.
It's
It
like-
happened to me on the school bus when I was a little kid. That's the last time it happened to me. I think in first grade, and I was in Midtown traffic, and I was like and I just went, and I remember one of the kids goes, "There's no way he went," and another kid touched my butt. He goes, "He ain't lying." I crapped myself in Midtown on the school bus. I was
You
7.
had like lumpy poop in your butt.
Yeah,
That you could feel it?
yeah.
What a weirdo to touch someone else's shit, but oh
Yeah.
my, he ain't lying.
Yeah, and then
That
we went to my
the
friend's.
title of your next special. He ain't lying. Oh my
We
god.
went to my friend's house, and his mom had to like clean me out in the shower, and she was French, and she kept going, "Dirty, dirty boy, dirty." It was like I was like, "I'm sorry."
And you're
I
like,
tried.
how old are you? Like 6, 7 years old at
Yeah.
this point?
Dirty,
And then-
dirty
and then,
boy. She's
I've
smoking
seen
a
a
cigarette.
video like that before. Yeah,
I
French
used to
girl
have
with
stomach
the
problems. So basically, weak Italians, similar moms, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Helicopter moms.
Yep, big time.
Right?
Always want you to like, find a nice girl of your kind, and
Sure.
always make sure you're fed and happy. The
Funny,
only
they always
difference
act like they're progressive, but they're always like, "Is she different?"
Yeah.
Like that's
and,
the first
and
question.
kick her out. Yeah. The only difference is I feel like the Italians like smother their kids, where your parents will from like September to May, and then in June, July, August they just ship you out to camp. They're just
Oh,
like,
no,
see you later.
That is true, but my mom is still like, I got a doctor's appointment yesterday. She's like, call me immediately after. I'm like,
Let me know what he said. Yeah.
it's not going to make a difference on the diagnosis, you know?
If you
But-
know, yeah.
And I'm like,
what's
it's not
the,
that serious. But
what special is it of yours when you say you're talking on the phone with your mom and you're like, oh, a dead bird. She
True
goes, don't
story.
touch it.
True story. Yeah, I was on the phone with my mom. We saw a dead pigeon, and I said, ugh, dead bird right here. My mom, I don't even know why I said it out loud. My mom goes, don't touch it. And I was like, what do you think
Gonna,
I'm
like,
doing when you're not
smother it on
around?
me? Yeah. I was gonna eat it for dinner, Ma.
So what happened? So I'm in the car, the Uber, going to the club, and I don't think I'm gonna make it. And Gary's like, I feel kind of sick too. I'm like, cool, kind of sick. I'm gonna shit my pants in the car. And the driver turns around and he goes, oh man, I was there yesterday, man. Flaming hot Cheetos. I turned my toilet seat pink. And I'm just like, why are you telling me
It's not
this?
helping. It's not.
I said, dude, that's not helping. I'm like, and we finally get there. I waddled in. I run into the club. I barely make it to the toilet. It's the broken door that I slide. Gary sees I'm struggling. He hands a bottle of my Lanta through the broken door.
What a friend.
Wait, but then I'm like, dude, this is like heartburn. This
Yeah.
isn't- So then they
Either
went
that
out
or
and
it's
got-
also too late at this point,
it's
man.
well, it wasn't. He had to do extra time because I didn't think I could make it on stage. I was in that much pain.